earth is reeling and wailing and needs your tender embrace. Mothers of the universe, Mother Nature's eyes, ooh, come save your child. Come save your child. I say come sisters, come and take back your child. This grace.
Hello, good evening. Hello, everybody. Welcome to GeesBeeCee-Women with Words. We're here again today. It's Thursday. We're excited to be here. Hope you all have been doing wonderful. Last week, Miss Agata was on PTO. Today, she's here. She was on PTO. I don't know who paid her, but she's here today. So we're here today, and of course, my name is Glendy Jane Juniors, and I am here with my co-host.
I'm Agatha Joseph. Thank you for joining us. I don't know where she come up with this stuff, y'all.
She was on PTO and no pay. But anyway, folks, we're here today. We're excited that you are here. Please, we want to encourage you to share the show. We have a diva, an icon, a CEO, beautiful, flawless, shiny skin, bright. We have her here today. We're going to be learning some tidbits here and there. She's going to be giving us some G's. You like the G's portion of the show? We can't leave that out. But we're excited this evening. But before we bring our guests on, we just wanted to do covers a few things in-house stuff. I don't know how Facebook calculates the numbers, but I was looking at the numbers for our page. We're actually at 6,900. But Facebook is only reporting that we're now 6,400. So, hey, we've gone from 6,003 2 weeks ago to now 6,400 members. That's amazing. Kudos to all of you. Thank you for staying at home. We love all of you. We want you to remain at home. We don't want you to go and be a stepchild anywhere. Come here, come home. We love you all. But today we also want to acknowledge Mr. George. We are not the president, but there is a George. There is a George who is a member of the GeesBeeCee page, and he this month had a total of 198 comments. So George is the preso for the entire month. And if you're on that page regularly, you have to know George Weah. He comments, he writes, he can talk. So let me go into Kolokwa small. God, see, I can tell you with the English today, and Maisie too, she get English. So, but I just had to be comfortable. I make a plenty English. You're able to read a book then. But we are so proud that George has made history today. He is the first male Golden Mike winner. Congratulations, George. We're so excited that you won that. This is the last Thursday in July.
Yes.
We've been highlighting different things at the month of July, but today we wanted to talk a little bit about COVID, now monkeypox.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, over the week I did see that monkeypox is confirmed that it's in Liberia. So I want to make sure people become informed. Inform yourself about it. Don't overlook it. Go to the CDC website. Don't take what we're saying. Monkeypox is cousin to smallpox. Smallpox is cousin to chickenpox. So that's how we want to relate it. So there are rashes that will come on your skin. There's no cure for this virus or disease. What they try to do is to try to prevent the spread and minimize the outbreak. And that they're doing that by making sure that when you see they call it vesicles, or you see the bumps and the rashes on you and you think they look strange and you get confirmation that it is monkeypox, I think you have to isolate yourself just like chickenpox. And what I'm hearing is that it's spread from droplets, respiratory fluids. It's also spread by kissing. Some of you who let it plenty kissing and other things. But I just wanted to highlight it because it's getting serious. WHO declared a global health emergency. So it is gaining some attention in the world, and we also want you all to pay attention. COVID is going nowhere. COVID is everywhere. I went to the hospital yesterday for some to get some stuff done, and while I was there, I was asking one of the nurses. I was like, "You all don't isolate anymore for COVID?" She said, "We do, but they're everywhere." So it's like, before when COVID first started, they had a COVID wing. So you have to be on the COVID wing. Now they're not doing that anymore. They're mixed up in the community. So, but all what is important is that you just be aware of the illnesses that's going on, the stuff that's spreading. Don't act like it doesn't concern you. It does concern you because it could affect you and it could affect a relative of yours. So monkeypox is popping up. To our viewers in Liberia, we want to please get informed.
Yeah.
Get informed, and do what you can to stay safe and to prevent the spread, and take precautions as much as you can. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
I want you to clarify something. There was, and I read this or heard this somewhere, and there was also a mention of it on one of the comments on Facebook about monkeypox and how it spreads. Someone said it was a, it was spread by homosexuals, male on male. Is that it? Is there any truth to that? Is that
So what I found out from CDC is that it is spread by sexual intercourse. Now, as far as it being male on male or female on female, I don't know that, but and I haven't seen read anything on that. But what I did read, that it is spread by sexual intercourse and also by kissing, and it's spread by bodily fluids. So one of the things I know is that I did find out also is that I was reading on it, I think 2 or 3 days ago, is that it has been predominantly in African countries.
interesting?
And it actually, the first case was diagnosed in 1970. So it's been around. Why is it popping up now? Who knows? We don't know, but I mean, there's more things that's coming up, more information is being developed. I try to follow CDC and what they say only because I'm a nurse, so I want to be acquainted with the things that's going on around me. But please make sure for you watching, become informed. Don't act like it doesn't concern you. It's important that you know what's going on around you and all of that. I think that's all of the housekeeping thing we want to do today without much. Let me speak good English now. Without much, what I can say, further ado. Much ado. Let's welcome our guests to the platform. Hello.
Hello.
Can we hear you?
Y'all can hear me now.
Yes, we
muted.
can
I'm
hear
sorry.
you now. Welcome,
Can
Maisie.
hear you.
Let me close this window. I think it's a shadow from my window. Please.
Go ahead. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Maisie Dunbar here today. Woo! All those makeup people, those people that want to be flawless. Come on, invite somebody. Of course, you're welcome, Maisie. Welcome. We're excited to have you here on the GBC World Stage.
It's okay.
At GBC, we're so excited. So we know you're busy. We know you have a lot to do, but we're honored to have you, a woman of such high stature and value here today. We're excited. Between Agatha and I, there are certain parts of the show where I try with my English. I will go into Kolokwa. Agatha is always proper. So when we get to the properness, she will do my proper part, and I will do my Kolokwa part, and we will meet up in the middle with you. Okay?
Exactly. We'll all meet together.
Alrighty. So we want to know. We want to know about Maisie Dunbar. We know about the makeup. We know about the beauty, whatever they say the English is. But we want to know, outside of all of that, who is Maisie Dunbar, and where is Maisie Dunbar from?
Well, Maisie Dunbar is from Monrovia, Liberia, from Conga Town, Doma Farm, to be exact. Grew up in Liberia as well as the U.S. I came to the U.S. when I was about 12 years old. So I would say I grew up mostly in America than Liberia, but my foundation is my foundation. I'm a Liberian to the core.
Yeah.
If anybody that knows me from day one, Even when I was in elementary school in Michigan, I always associated with Liberia. I never got it twisted that I was from someplace else. So when you met me, anybody that know me, whether I was working with a celebrity, but whoever I was working with, you knew that this was Maisie Dunbar from Liberia. That's one thing everybody knew. So I'm a Liberian. I'm a Liberian woman. I'm this Liberian girl. And to my core, my people, to my core, that's who Maisie Dunbar is. I
I love
love
that.
Liberia. I love my people. That's who I am before I'm anything else. Other than a child of God, but before I'm anything else, I'm a Liberian. That's who she is.
Okay. So tell us about growing up, Macy then and Macy now. Did you dream about where you are today? Was it something that you wanted to become, or just tell us about how did you get here?
Well, the Macy growing up in Liberia, but all the people that knew me growing up in Debbie Harris and knew me all my life knew that I was always fascinated by beauty. Every blessed day when I went to school, Miss Tati took me in our principal office and took off my
I
nail
know
polish.
Miss Tate.
Yes, you can, Miss Tati. Miss Tati.
You say you can.
Yeah, so but as Liberians and most of your followers, I'm sure, are Liberians, and I know most of my followers are Americans and Liberians. So the Americans that are kind of sticking in here, as a person of color, you know that your parents always want you to go to college. So for me,
Absolutely.
it's happening. I actually wanted to be a model, my people, but that was not flying with Timothy Thomas. These were like, you must be just there, man. Talking about model. Who you modeling for? So unless you play on money for Thomas chicken farm, you better go open them boxes. So anyway, fast forward. I got my degree in computer information systems. I was working for British Telecom as a systems analyst. I got laid off. And actually, when I went to school, I actually went to beauty school to open up a spa on my farm. That
Right.
was
Oh,
the
wow.
vision. So all the time growing up in America, I never once phantom not going back to Liberia. It just wasn't a thing that, I always said I
Right.
wanted to go back home. I want to open up a spot. When I went to school to get my license, I didn't go to school to get my license to do this full time. I
Right.
went to get my license to go back home
Yeah.
and open a spot. But then when I went home, I realized there's a different pathway that God had for me. Instead of me opening a spa, God wanted me to teach people how to open spas. So I kind of follow that. But my dear, growing up, I didn't even know, I just knew that when my partner from America, he bring all the paper dolls that were white people. I used to color them. I used to take them. I would take the white paper doll, put it on the chalkboard. I would trace it. Then I would take the scissors and cut it because I knew that I wanted my paper dolls to be black. But
Right.
even with that, I didn't even know. Then
Right.
when you bring the W from Germany, I will beat the W brown. Then I will take the charcoal around the W. I used to change my own W completely, So I just know that I've always been really gifted. I used to be cultural. People say I like to dance, but the dancing business, you just start to dance. Our cultural dancer in Liberia. So and my mom was from my coffee. My grandmother was a soul. So we used to, go to my coffee. I'm a village girl, basically, to my core. So that's who I am. And getting into the beauty space was definitely by act. I was born to be this, but I didn't know it until I got into it, if that makes sense.
And it does make sense because then when you're hearing it and you're seeing yourself, it's like you got it. This is where I want to be. This is where I'm going to be able to excel at my highest potential. It's like in the end, everything just has come together for you. I want to talk a little bit about your family. Well, I mean, I'm not going to be prejudiced here with the Doma people. They're close knit people. If you know one Doma, you know all of them. They all look the same. They all rare people. But I want to hear about your family. I want to also hear about you personally. Do you have children? What's outside of Maisie Dama that people don't usually see and don't really know about?
Well, I'm very transparent for starters. What you see with me is what you get. I'm not a fake person. First of all, if you know Toma people, not too many Tomas are fake. I think, although growing up in Liberia, to see my power, we can let hell, but I think it's because my uncle was just very direct. So people like people don't know how to embrace directness, you know?
Yes.
So the thing you buy, I'm myself, I used to say, the papa is you. But it wasn't the case. He was just a man of principle. So for me, yes, I do have a child. My son's father is Stephen Kofa, and my son. I was a single mom, but however, me and my son's father and his family we co-parent very well. Prior to us having a kid together, we were like best friends, and alcohol grew my people. That's all I can say. I leave that one up to everybody. So anyway, long story short, side of that, at the time, we're all in North Carolina. My mom was the only Liberian mom there. So she used to take care of everybody during spring break. Everybody stayed with us, and Steve and I were really good friends. And then we started going out. And then long fast forward, we had a kid together. So our families are very close knit, although we never got married, but we co-parent very well. So our son is 33 years of age. I built my business as a single mom, and my family. I have my siblings are Agnes Peabody, Felicia Dunbar, Sophie Dunbar Bing, Jacqueline Dunbar, May Dunbar, Winston, my late brother Winston, my late brother Fulton, and of course everybody knows Nikki.
Yeah,
And
we know Nikki. We know
anyway,
Nikki. We know Nikki. So I'm gonna go.
you went out at the airport, Ralphie, you see her. Well, she said, Nikki, the road was saying, yeah.
So I don't mean to pry, but I heard you say something that we had a topic before. Look at Agada stretching her eye. I'm gonna go there.
Oh, my dear, go there. Let's do this.
We had discussed something before. There was a question before where one of the viewers had asked. I think Agata, somebody asked about it. Where, um, do you date your friends? Something was that it? Because I'm hearing that you all were close friends, and then what could have gone wrong? You were friends.
Yeah, we're friends. I mean, we're really, he was my best friend. Like, even when we started going out, people didn't even know we were going out. Because so before we started knocking down, people used to see us around. So we started knocking down, was just pleasure.
I
So,
know, right? It happened. Well, I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, and just hearing from you, we can tell that you all do have a beautiful relationship. The co-parenting is going well, and we're excited to know that. Now, if you didn't know today, Maisie Dunbar does have a son.
yes.
Now we all know about it. I've seen pictures of you and a son here and there. What does he say about his mom?
Well, he thinks I'm strict. He thinks he thinks that burn people we don't get our children room. He thinks that I'm hard headed, but one thing my son knows is that I'm very committed. He knows that I'm very hardworking, and a lot of those traits he has. He's very hardworking. He's a prime example of me and Steven. Like he loves to party. You meet my son. Even if you're a stranger, you meet my son and you just say you know his mom, he will hug you. Like you will not think my son was raised in America. You actually think he was raised in Liberia because that's how I raised my son. So
Okay.
we're very close knit family. So he understands that whole family value. Although he always think he's like, oh mom, you're crazy. But everybody think that mom is crazy. So it is
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
So tell him I was crazy about keeping you out of jail. So that's and if you never crazy about keeping you back on Tippy, I'm crazy about keeping you out of jail. That's what I'm crazy about. So he never knew what I was going to do. Like one time, I used to tell him, he would tell me, "You work so hard. We should hire a cleaning lady." I said, "Eh." My mom told me when you got rest, you tell your husband the rest is just supposed to be the person that clean.
The rest is not supposed to help you. I got that. You got
I
questions.
said, when you go off to college, then I will hire a cleaning lady. But while you are here, we are not hiring no cleaning lady because it's not possible to hire a cleaning lady. It's not going to happen. So that was the situation. So when he went off to college, he's a bit like, oh my God, I can't believe this woman. Oh, he used to get so mad at me. One time I told him, I said, if you don't vacuum the house the way you're supposed to, I bring in that vacuum cleaner, your lunch break, me and that vacuum.
We're coming to the school.
But my son never tested me because he never knew when I was what I was going
Yeah.
to do or what I wasn't going to do. So he knew that if I said I was going to do something, I did it. So he never pushed me. So yeah. But he's an amazing young man. I love him. I love him so much. I love him so much.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I got to.
So since Glendy don't get all up in your Kool-Aid,
It's all good.
I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, but I
That's
have
why
to
you
throw
guys
this.
are co-hosts and hosts because
Yeah,
she the one digging and you the one polishing. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
there
Polish it.
Glendy does something on this show that everybody expects from us now.
Yeah.
She's always related to almost all of our guests.
I didn't go there today because I will also say that Maisie's cousin is married to my uncle, Louis
Hold on,
Roberts. I didn't go there.
hold on. Don't get ahead of yourself. Remember what she told you about her best friend that was knocking her down? They got this child. You know who her best friend is to me,
I know
right?
that your cousin.
That my cousin. So the son that she loved so dearly and spoke so highly of, Mabusha, that my cousin too. So I'm gonna claim Macy today, even though
Please
she don't
claim
know
her.
me.
Woo! You claim her. This one is my bloodline, so you can have her.
Ma, we family, yeah.
Okay.
But on a serious note, I really want to learn about Bluffa Joe Cosmetics. I love that name. I've seen it all over the place.
Yes.
And before the show, for those of you who are watching, I was just telling Maisie that we really needed Eva here today, and I just missed Into Beauty because between Glendy and I don't think we got one bit of Vaseline on our lips. So tell me first of all about the name Bluffa Joe Cosmetics. Where did that come from? I think I can kind of figure it out, but I want you to tell us how you
Yeah.
arrived at that name, and then we'll go a little bit into the cosmetics.
Okay, really quick, I'll share a story with you guys. So several years ago, there's this American girl that was living in Liberia. She was doing an article on Liberians, and she called me. So we're talking, and I talked about Bluffer Joe. She kept asking me to pronounce it. So I said, "You from Liberia?" She said, "No." I said, That's why you know Bluffer Joe." So the name Bluffer, I can't take credit for naming the brand. I started my cosmetic brand after my mom passed away. When my mom died, I started to really assess and take really strong inventory of what my next chapter looked like.
Mhm.
So I knew that I had a successful spot. I was like, okay, if I died, and I started to also think about Intersurface from Surface Ice Cream. So I was like, if I die today or tomorrow, I really don't want to be like Intersurface. I want to leave a legacy. I want I want that money to keep turning around. I want this skill set to keep turning around. I want to leave a legacy. I don't want to just die. So I did makeup. Makeup came to me naturally before I even did anything else. So I went back to school. After my mother died, I went back to school to study ingredients and to just learn how it all worked. You know what I mean? So when I first launched Bluffer Joe, I didn't really have a name. I didn't know what I was gonna name it. But my younger sister, Kathy Eastman, Kathy is the person responsible for naming Bluffer Joe. It wasn't even me. She was my nickname is, the word dainty, but like when I said dainty. So she
Mhm.
was like, Tinta, you should name it Bluffer Joe Cosmetics. So I was like, you know what? That is so, yeah. I was like, yeah, so let's do it. So that's how we named it. But fast forward over the years, different marketing companies that I've hired, they're like, you need to change the name. I can count on my hand, my feet, of how many people have told me to change the name. I'm like, no, this is my country. This is who I am. This is what we,
Yes.
I'm not changing my name because it represents my people. And it's not
Yeah.
just for today, it's for tomorrow and so on and so forth. Because even when I arrive in Liberia, they don't even call me by my name in Liberia. They say, oh, Brother Joe, you bad. I say, yeah, bad. Oh, my people want you.
How sweet.
So
Yes.
that's where the name came from. My sister Kathy named it.
And I can definitely identify with it, and I'm sure many Liberian women can identify with it as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So your mom passed away, you're reevaluating your life, you go back to school to learn ingredients, and
Yes.
then you come out of school, and what do? How do you say, I'm going to leave from being an IT professional or opening a spa? So I'm just going to take it a step further. I'm going to make my own craft. So how do you get there?
Well, it's so funny you said that because yesterday one of my clients said to me, she said, "You know what, Maisie, you know, you're such," and all through my career, people have always said that I was a trailblazer. Like I don't follow steps. I literally pave my own way and I open it up. So it's like, look, I'm just gonna disrupt this. When my very early on in my nail career, and I got a job as an educator for one of the top nail companies, and my boss, after we did training, on my way back, he gave me a card, but he told me not to open the card until I got here. And I still have that card to today because with all the quote unquote successes that people see you, and they see that they think you're successful, they put you in this. For me, I don't think I'm successful. I just think that I'm living through my passion and I'm going through what God has put me on this earth to do. But people think I'm successful. So when I read his card quite often, one of the thing in that card, it says that, and this was really my first year into the professional beauty industry. He literally said that I not only had the personality to change our industry, but I had the personality to change the world through beauty. And when I got my first job to cover fashion at Ghana Fashion Week, that clicked to me again. That card clicked to
Right,
me because when I got that card, I was just like, I'm just trying to get a job with this company. What am I talking about?
right,
But he saw that in me because I've always presented myself with a spirit of excellence. When I got laid off my job and I finished nail school, I went back to school for aesthetics. Then I went back for massage. So I'm a licensed nail tech. I'm a master esthetician. I'm an oncologist esthetician. I'm a massage therapist, a reflexologist, and a makeup artist. So, and I've just always, I just
You
always.
just confused. You just confused me with all those.
you have you can not only run your own spa, you can do everything in the spa, so nobody can get one over on you.
And that was
That's
my point.
truly amazing.
As Liberians, right?
Hmm.
One of the unique thing about Liberian people, and especially Liberian women, you can get Liberian woman hot dog, you get her rice. When she finish making that hot dog gravy, you will see that chicken, everything inside that hot dog gravy.
Yes,
We can make something out of nothing. So for
nothing.
me, I didn't want to open a spa. I had a nails and wellness center initially. And then I didn't want to have something that I wasn't licensed to do a service. So that
Of
meant I
course.
would depend on somebody. Like there were times that I
Exactly.
would interview. One time I interviewed a massage therapist. A guy, he was fine. Came in there with his old fine looking self, and he was good and he was fine. And he was like, when I told him how much I was gonna pay him, he was like, "Oh no, I never get that." I said, "Guess what? 50% of nothing is nothing. I don't pay nobody 50%. I don't even pay myself 50%. I tell
Right.
you what I'm going to pay you. You can accept it or you
Or
cannot."
not.
And because of that, I was never strapped to feel like, "Oh, I got to hire this person because I got to
Right.
accommodate this guest." No, if I was all booked up and we couldn't accommodate somebody,
You
there
can
was
step in.
nothing wrong with me referring that person to another
Right.
spa. And I would have my front desk get on the phone, find another spa close by, and let's help this person get the services. That's why people travel from Atlanta, New York, LA, all of that to come to my spa because we were very accommodating. It wasn't a thing where, if I couldn't meet the person's needs and I wouldn't refer them out. I didn't do that. No, because I feel like what God got for me, He has it for me. And nobody can take my skill set. Nobody can take my hands. There's only one Maisie, and that's it.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. And I think it says a lot about you, and I think it's something that we all can learn. It's like us here on this platform, we don't have some of the skills of the people we bring here.
Right.
Most of the time we advertise people businesses. I was talking to someone. I was trying to get a guest to come on in September, and I was telling him some of the things we do here. And I was like, we do free advertisement. We also will do extra shows for you if you're planning something. He was like, nothing is free. No, you don't. I said, yes, we do. Why are you doing it free? I said, that's what we chose to do, and that's what we're doing. And it says that when you're not selfish, you know what I mean? When you got it, you're gonna flaunt it. It's gonna show up regardless. No
Absolutely.
one can take it from you. So that aspect of it is really really amazing. What was not to take over from Agatha, but what was the first thing that you made?
The first product.
Yes.
The first product, believe it or not, guys, we when we first started, because we were as a single mom, I was always condescending of how I'd spend my money.
Of
I
course.
thought if it was just me, I can eat bread and butter and I'm good. But what do you say to a child when you can't feed your child? So what I did initially when we first launched Bluffer Joe, we sold raffle tickets. We raffle off services of the spa, and our clients supported it. And we only started with four lip glosses. So even when I'm in Liberia talking to the youth of Liberia, I always push them to start with one. Start. Once you start, there's no looking back. So we started with four, and now we have 272 products.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
So for people, someone like me that's not familiar with your industry, help us
Yes.
understand. You have a spa that is operational today,
No,
and there is
I closed my spa. I pivoted my business about 4 years ago when I started
okay.
going back home. Yes.
Okay. So
So we're
the
strictly online.
okay. So it's now Bluffer Joe Cosmetics.
It's Bluffer Joe Cosmetics, and I also do training, international spa training. So it's Bluffer Joe Cosmetics,
Ah,
and then it's Maisie Dunbar Training Institute.
got it.
Yeah, yeah. And let me just say to our audience, or those who's just joining us, we're here today. We're talking. I don't even want to say talking. We're chatting with Maisie Dama. We're here chatting with Maisie Dama, and she's telling us everything we need to know. Unfortunately for her today, she's with two people who really don't care about makeup.
Hey, that's not true. I care about it, but I don't know about it. I'm
She must
willing
be
to
what I'm
learn.
saying.
She wants me
We can okay. We do care about makeup. We just don't use it often.
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to tell us and the audience
Yes.
about there's a lot of people out there who say, no, I don't wear makeup. What's makeup gonna do for me? Why is it, what would you say to encourage someone? It's not a bad thing. I mean, if you had an opportunity to, and then you, like you say, you do teaching, or you were to encourage somebody that a little bit of makeup wouldn't hurt, what would you say to the audience watching you now, what makeup does for you?
Well, one thing makeup does for you, if it's done correctly, it boosts your confidence, you know. And the other thing I would say, if it's a makeup artist listening and a makeup client listening, the makeup artist needs to listen to the client. For example, the two of you have said it repeatedly, you don't wear makeup. So somebody like you, I wouldn't go and do too much, because if you do too much, it's going to be too much for you. So I would give you something like a really clean look that enhances. So when you look in the mirror, yes, you're confident as a woman with who you are, but looking in the mirror and you look a little enhanced, then you look like, it changes your step, of course.
Yes,
You got
yes.
a little bit of pep in your step, sort of thing.
Oh, true.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, I like that you tell, because that's what I always look at it as. I like that you use the word enhancement. So we went to this very famous lady 50th birthday party, and I tell you, I did some enhancement, and I looked like I stepped out of I don't know where. I just felt so beautiful.
Yes.
I mean, and it was good that I added some enhancement to me, because that party was full of enhancement people.
The
Glad to
brother
hear
was
that.
the brother was correct.
Correct. Everybody was top notch. So a little bit of enhancement does not hurt. Now let's switch from women to men. Men
Yes.
and makeup.
Men with makeup,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing wrong with a guy wearing makeup. Actually, it's all part of
Men,
the.
yeah, please hear it. Hear it, men.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with men wearing makeup. It's all part of grooming. If a man had some imperfections maybe there are dark spots and he want to cover it a little bit just to make himself look smooth, but still look like himself. There's nothing wrong with it. But when he go in your makeup all the time and one look like Garrett, that one that
That's a different show.
that's a whole different show for a whole different day. So grooming is fine. If he has his beard a little sparse and he want to fill it up with a little line just to make himself look natural, there's nothing wrong with that at all. There's
Okay.
nothing.
So we have one or two of the viewers here. Quickly, let me just ask Hawa. Thanks, Hawa, for watching. Hawa is saying, besides the makeup products, do you have skincare products? We're gonna come to the skin because this woman's skin is flawless. So we're gonna talk about her skin later on. I'm telling you, Hawa will come today, and thank you for that question. We'll address that later. Go ahead, Agatha.
So, what advice would you give to someone like myself? Just the other day, a friend of mine saw this matte red lipstick and messaged me and said, "I think this will look really good on you." I am not a fan of colored lips. When I see it on other women, be it the blue, the blacks, the greens, some of them it looks really good on them. Others it look a hot mess. If I can be honest, I do not ever put colors on any color on my lips. If I do, I will do a clear lip gloss, and that really is uncomfortable for me. So if I wanted to start, I'm a woman of a certain age now, so I need to start
I'm very famous woman.
adventurous. Hush, Glendy. What would you recommend I start with?
Well, for somebody like you, I would recommend starting with like a BB cream. So a BB cream is a combination of a moisturizer, a sun protection, and foundation. So for somebody like you, if you have to do too much, you're not gonna do it.
Yes.
The second thing is, I wouldn't really push you into a red lip because if you're not used to wearing any makeup and you get a red lip, although a red lip will look really nice on you and a peach lip will look really nice on you,
Ah,
but you're not into makeup, so it will be a deterrent for you. So I would go with something very neutral, something that you can customize and put two colors together, but still make you look clean, but make you still look made up. You know what I mean? Make you look like an adult. You
yes.
know. So that's what I would go with you, and a little bit of liner, not so much of a black liner, maybe a brown liner,
Okay.
and mascara. That's that, just to keep it really nice and simple for you. That's
And I,
what I would do to give you like a year, and then a year later we'll come back and add something to that and add something to that.
the BB cream, is that something I will be able to find on your website?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
And then it has shades, or is it just one color for all?
Right now, we have only one shade. The only reason why we have one shade is because one of the things with Bluffer Joe, we use pure pigments. So when we're mixing the pigments with the sun protection, I'm noticing some differences with the pigments. So until I get the pigment correct, I'm only going to keep one shade until I'm able to get the until so one shade we've been able to master. That's all we have right now.
So for those of you watching, in other words, she's not trying to bleach your skin, my people.
No, I'm totally against bleaching. So, like,
We will, we will be talking about you, a makeup artist, and this beautician here telling us all about. We're gonna talk about bleaching because that's something that's a hot topic. But we want to move now into. I wanted to add something else.
yeah,
When you're going, I see people sometimes their skin tone does not match their foundation. So
Yes.
can you please advise us on how to have it's just really odd. It's like it doesn't match.
Another
Tell us,
thing, from here to here is a
yes,
different color.
yes.
I always look at people that wear foundation here, same color. How do you
yeah.
get that to all blend in and
Yeah. So
look?
you want to know about how can you tell us about how we can go and ask for the right foundation, and also do we just apply the foundation from here, or do we put it all here also so it blends? Please Ask help us. Let's get it right because sometimes you get distracted by all those colors.
Well, for starters, but to find your right complexion, you do need to test the foundation from where your earlobe is and your neckline. So you would, if it's a liquid foundation, you would press it down like this. When it
Oh.
becomes transparent and it blends in, that's how
Hmm.
you know it's the right foundation for you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, when you do apply foundation, you do need to apply to your neck so that it looks finished. So it doesn't look like two separate entities.
Yes.
Thirdly, people need to know what their undertones are. Oftentimes, about 90% of the brands out here, when it comes to black skin, they all think that black skin undertone is a bit red, and it's not
Red.
usually the case. So you get these foundations, you think it's your tone, and it's a bit lighter. Sometimes some people want lighter skin tone. Oh, I'm telling you,
Mm-mm.
I was in Nigeria,
Mm-mm.
and I know. Hey, I leave my people, that my
That
people.
my people too now.
I was in Nigeria. One of my clients, she wanted a foundation, and I was looking at her skin, and the woman literally, she's darker than both of you put together. And she showed me a picture, and she wanted the foundation lighter than me. So I said, huh, if I give the woman her complexion, she's not gonna like it because what she sees in the mirror is not what she already likes. Remember,
Right.
I'm going back to when I said we should listen to our clients. So what
Right.
I did was to find a comfortable, because in my right mind, I couldn't look at that woman dark skin and give her complexion lighter than me. I just could not do that. It wasn't. I just couldn't do it honestly.
Yes, be honest.
Gave her a shade lighter than what I knew she, because our foundations are unique. We have an ingredient in there that you can go a shade up and down, and your true complexion serves as a mirror image. It comes through.
Oh, okay.
So I went and she said, this is darko. I was like, but that is your complexion. In my heart, I'm thinking to myself, but I ain't even gave you your complexion. So then she followed the picture. She said, see, this is the complexion that I'm going to be. I said, what do you mean you're going to be? So she's like, she said she's doing the injections that are changing her pigment. So I told her, she
Oh,
said, I'm gonna be your complexion. I said, so when you get my complexion, call me, I will give you my complexion. But I said, but right now, this is the foundation that I would highly recommend for
wow.
you. I'm telling you. So I'm sharing that because some cases the people know that the dark complexion is what they need to buy,
Yes, and
and
they
they
don't
get
want
caught
it.
up in and they won't get it. And they walk
Yeah.
around looking great,
Yes.
you know?
Serious, serious, serious. I mean, that's a serious thing for people. So you didn't talk about the so we're when you're applying the foundation, we're applying it to neck also, right? Because you don't want if you're like me, you don't want this part to be bright and this part black and this other one white. So you can go here, right?
Yes.
So
You apply from your neck up. Yes.
I have another question for you, Macy.
Yes.
So one of my struggles and the
Yes.
reason why I don't like to wear makeup is
Yes.
to take it off.
Yes.
There's so much work and then it dirty your pillowcase and then my husband's like, oh, it's on my shirt. What is proper face care, I guess, at the end of the day? What does that look like?
Okay. I will share a quick little story. You guys all know that Justin Ade, right? His funeral was a couple of weekends ago, right?
Yes.
So,
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. So there was a friend of my sister and Justin's wife that I did her makeup the night before. So in the morning, I asked her. I hosted her. So in the morning, I asked her. I said, "You got cleanser? Yeah, the cleanser to do your makeup." So she didn't put her makeup. She literally started with the makeup for her face. So at the funeral, my sister Sophie said, "Oh my, your makeup look nice. You did a good job." She said, "You get a popo makeup here." Oh.
Hold on. She said, what? I missed it.
She said, "A kobo. You know kobo.
Come
Get a
on, the leftover. Oh my God.
I don't blame the woman. If the
That's
makeup is
funny.
nice, and she's gonna keep it. She probably just have to sleep like this. But
Ma,
She said, I
that
pop up
was the
makeup.
funniest thing. But my point
makeup.
with that is, even 24 hours later, her makeup still looked fresh. because
Yeah.
my brand, I'm a skincare therapist. So skincare is key for me, and my biggest thing is let's treat the skin first, correct the skin first, and then the makeup.
Right.
So skincare is what I do. So my makeup, I often tell people my makeup is an extension of skincare. So when she said that, I said, "Mom, we need to record the one." She said, "No." I said, "Please, I beg you, for more makeup." I know I had that one before. She said,
That's a good commercial.
"I'm telling you." She said, "You have for more makeup, yo." I said, "What?"
Let's talk a little bit about. I want us to talk about the skincare and the bleaching last, but I want us to also talk for those people who are watching us. We're talking with Maisie Dunbar, the Maisie Dunbar. Let's not just say Maisie. It's the Maisie Dunbar.
Of Bluffer Joe Cosmetics.
Focus.
I
And
like that part.
if somebody were to get married, they're getting married, they need a makeup artist. Do you do that? Can they consult with you? Can they hire you? Do you do those kinds of making up people?
I don't like to do them as much anymore because what happens, like, I had an agent for years in New
Okay.
York. I was with my agency for about 27 years. And I asked my agent to remove me off his roster because oftentimes people, if you're constantly doing people makeup, people really don't respect you as a manufacturer or a brand, especially when you did skin color. When you white, the conversation is different. So oftentimes, like close family members and things and people like that, I'll do. But I prefer to like refer somebody else the job, especially young people coming up. Total makeup case like tomorrow, I'm doing a makeup shoot for somebody tomorrow. I know she's a dear friend. I know she needs an artist, so I'm helping her out. I'm volunteering my time to do that. But the work that it takes to be toting cart, and I've been there, done that, got the T-shirt. I want
Yes.
to focus more on, if you give me the job, let me help somebody else and refer the job to them, and that way I'm paying it forward. Let me focus on growing my brand.
Been
Anytime
there,
I'm out,
done that.
yeah,
Got the T-shirt for it.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Okay. Let's go into the skincare
yes,
and
ma'am,
the bleaching.
yeah.
No, let's leave the bleaching a little bit. Let's go into the skincare. And Macy, please humor me and tell me exactly what products I need to get to do what you're going to walk us through right now as
Okay.
far as skincare.
Well, to answer the question with skincare, yes, we used to have a skincare line. There are a few products that we still have on the website. However, the manufacturer that I worked with since COVID, they decided to move in a different direction. They
Okay.
decided to only deal with larger brands like $100 million contracts and so on and so forth.
Revlon and those people.
So
Don't
I've
worry,
been
we'll get there.
Yeah, so exactly. So I've been trying to find a brand that I can really, a lab that I can really work with, that I can take my formulas and bring it on. So the skincare, I'm still working it prayerfully by God, with God's help. At the end of this year, early next year, we can relaunch the
Okay.
skincare. We do still have some products online that we're selling out of, but I do have that. So that's that on that. With skincare, I highly recommend, if you have oily skin and you have acne prone skin, you need to use a cleanser that's more of a gel cleanser, because the gel cleanser is going to penetrate the dermal layer of the skin and bring the dirt to the surface and remove it. If you have like dehydrated skin, mature skin, you need to use more of a creamy cleanser, because as you get older, your skin have a tendency to dry out even more, so you need a creamy cleanser so that it cleanses your skin as well as moisturizes your skin at the same token.
Okay.
So what you're saying is all the skin are not the same.
All the skin definitely are not the same,
Okay.
even
Y'all
with
make sure.
your skin. Like literally, when I had my spa, people used to always say we had like 9 different wax, because I could wax your whole face and use at least 4 different wax on your face, because every part of the face is, I'm telling you, it's amazing. Their body, yeah, hi, this boy is not easy. This body is amazing. So even all skin is not alike. Even your face, your left side of your face, the skin texture may be even different from the right, based upon whether you're going through menopause, whether you're going through anxieties, whether what you're eating, all of that. Your skin is your largest organ. So anytime there's a diseasement inside of your body, it's going to
It's
show up on
just,
your skin.
mm-hmm.
For years, people thought, okay, eczema, especially in Liberia, in our culture, eczema, you say the person got crocor. But
Yeah, they said they got crocodile skin.
yeah, they were saying
Crocodile skin.
they said the person got crocor.
On this club.
A dish, exactly. But it's really the person probably have a lot of yeast inside of them. So it's all that milk you eating and drinking. Our culture we eat what? You take farina, you put milk inside. You eat this, you put milk inside.
Milk. Creamer with milk.
Exactly. So all of those things, your body's reacting to it. But we say, oh, the person got crocor. And then oftentimes with eczema, sometimes it flares up, whether either you're going through
I'm
stress.
sorry. You just mentioned the crocker and the dishcloth. I'm gonna say this because I could give two rats ass about who's listening to us. Can you help our minister to wear?
I didn't see you. I didn't see you. I didn't see.
I will pay for it. I will pay for it, Macy, and I will mail it to him. So when he represents Liberia, he ain't got all that dishcloth. Okay, y'all don't come for me. It's just a joke.
That one he buy, what they need to do with him is this. They just need to take
Yeah.
they need to take the beach sand, mix it with coconut oil, aloe vera, lemon, and scrub his face good. Then pour butter on it for like 10 minutes. Because you can use what's right in Liberia. Pour butter
Absolutely.
on it for like 10 minutes, rinse it off, take the aloe vera, open it, take the jar, rub it all over your face. It will treat your face just like that. Even
I,
that
I'm
cocoa oil
after
here, let
I'm
him
gonna
rub it there
reach
too.
out. I'm gonna reach out to you, Macy, so we can document this. I will
Yes,
write a letter and send it to him. I'm gonna make sure my PA buys all of those ingredients and
yes.
deliver it to him. That is my gift to the Liberian people.
Okay. All righty. So GBC is extending its bounds now and helping people.
That's what we do.
That's what we do, baby. That's what we do. I like that, but I like you talking about the natural. Not like some people don't know which ingredient to use on their skin.
Right.
Yeah.
I cannot use just anything on my skin.
Hmm.
I just cannot. I don't even know when the last time I had like a pimple or something. I don't. And I know that I have a very dry skin, so I the only thing I use is either coconut oil or some kind of oil, or I'll mix it maybe with a moisturizing something. It's like we have to be able to seize the opportunity, and I'm sure Maisie is available for all of you. If you have 3, 4, 5 different tuna skin, if you don't know, for me, the pet peeve for me is to go somewhere and see somebody there's a different color of foundation here. From here, it's a complete turn off.
Yes.
We have people we have people with expert knowledge. Reach out to them. Reach out to her, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna be able to help us. Now, where did bleaching come from? Where do people bleach? Tell us. Why? Yes, I don't know. Let's just. I just want you to address the whole bleaching thing and what are pros and cons you think from you being an expert on skin.
Well, bleaching is a lot of it is the mindset. The men in some cultures on the continent, the men like light skinned women, and they feel like if you're dark. When I went to Nigeria, for example, because I wear a bald head, we're going to this top notch event. The people say, "Are you going like that?" I say, "Yes." They were like, "Oh, you have to wear a wig." I said, "No, I don't wear wigs. If I have to wear a wig, I'm not going." So they were like, wear a wig now. I said, no, I'm not wearing a wig. I don't wear wigs. I said, I don't knock it, but I don't wear wigs. So anyway, I went with my bald head. After we left from there, all the people that were calling, who was that Liberian girl with the bald head? So when they came to me, they said, Maisie, everyone is trying to find out. I said, you see, I stood out. All of you had a wig. And
Yeah.
That That's so
It's
funny.
true.
To those people tuning in, whether your skin is as beautiful and dark and glowing, love that skin because when you
Love it.
in a room, you're gonna stand out. Don't blend in with everybody else. Be true to who you are. And for those of you who wearing a wig, fix the damn wig. Don't go in the street looking crazy. And for
Thank
y'all
you.
making some good money, invest in a good wig. Come on now. Back to the bleaching of the skin. It's a mindset thing. People want to think when you're light skinned, it's gonna be better. People think, oh, my husband don't like me because I'm dark. My husband don't like me because of this. And then what ends up happening, they may have a hyperpigmentation. They may start to treat this one. Next thing you know, this part is light, so then they want to use it all over their faces. And then when they use it all over the face don't match the arm. And then it gets progressively worse. You know, bleaching has gotten to be like this one guy told me, he was like, you could be with your area expertise, and you can be a multi-billionaire in 1 week if you start doing bleaching. I say yes, but I have to live with me. I know what
Yes.
bleaching does. There's no way. If you put paper in the sun in 1 day, and when you come back, you see how that paper have changed colors. Can you imagine the skin, how thin the skin is? Like you're literally taking layers of your pigment. And
Right.
what they don't understand is your pigment is your pigment. The moment you stop bleaching, it's coming back.
Right.
Yes.
It's coming.
Yes.
Then
And
it
that's
does.
just a whole lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So a lot of times people that bleach, in my opinion, I feel like it's really it's a definite mindset thing. And I think, I'm not a person that's been a follower, I'm more of a leader. So people see what everybody else seems to be doing and they want to do it. And it's the upkeep, and you have to keep it up. And get this, the people that bleach, if you're massaging a person that bleach, the
Jesus.
smell of the bleach literally comes through their pores.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
It does. It comes through your pores.
Yeah, and it's almost like it's a habit. They can't stop it, so they just continue to do it and do it and do it,
And then
and
people
it's
that don't
Well,
have money, they buy the cheap bleach. So then they be walking around looking crazy. They lip black, their face. Jesus.
the
So
the
it's like,
the bottom line is, like you said, it's a psychological issue. So even after the bleach, they still wouldn't be happy with who they are. So,
yes,
but I'm a firm believer of to each his own. If
yes,
they like it, I love
I
it.
love
If
it.
you want to take that layer of skin and want to look pale and some kind, go ahead. If you like it, I love it. If it makes you
Yes,
happy, keep at it. But we
yeah.
all know what the what the
It's
consequences are. So
at the end of the day.
yes,
absolutely.
yes.
At the
So we're
end.
almost, believe it or not, we're 2 minutes to an hour, and we've had a good time talking to you,
Yes.
Thank
Daisy.
you.
We're gonna do maybe one more segment of another part of the show, the last part of the show. But I wanted to say to you, if someone is who's listening today and wanted to reach out to you to give them some advice, if someone who's been just putting makeup on the face and leaving the neck, or bleaching, how can they reach you?
They can direct message me on all my platforms. I am Maisie Dunbar, or you can direct Bluffer Joe Cosmetic. It's BLUFFAJO Cosmetics. Um, excuse me. I am more than willing to help anyone that trying to even understand the skin that they're in. Some people lack that confidence, and they just need somebody to help steer them in the right way for them to gain that confidence. So, anybody listening and they need help, I'll be more than happy to do that.
I'm gonna be sure to get my BB cream
Yes.
to start with and my not black eyeliner because that's all I have.
Yeah. You
Not
have
black,
to. Yo,
black eyeliner.
how old is that black eyeliner that you got, my dear?
Oh, I get Epsy in a little bag
Yeah.
and I get it every month. So
Okay, so
I
you have a subscription.
I have like I don't know, maybe 50
Oh wow.
and they're still in the plastic.
Maybe we should do an eyeliner giveaway one day. Just
We
give
can
it
do
away.
a whole FC bag
Yeah.
giveaway.
Yes. Yes. But
But
Macy, just to close. Sorry, I gotta go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
So just to close this segment, we've had a good time. One of the things we like to say to people, to our guests who comes on the show, is that once you've come here, this becomes your platform. If you are working on any project, anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to myself, Agata, Michael Patmo, who's probably on another PTO without pay today, and people who's on vacation. But just reach out to us. Please don't hesitate. The page is also there. You can share anything you want to share. We will advertise to you free. We have that place is like a home away from home,
Yeah.
where we relate to one another. So, but it's been an amazing time having you on the show today. We just like you to, if you want to say something now, you can. If you want to say at the end, but we want to switch gears now to what's trending in Liberia.
Okay.
All right, I have a flyer, and I love flyers. So I have this flyer that I was inspired to make today. Liberian government, we demand justice. In the middle of this flyer here is a Liberian student who was a student of the University of Liberia. As we all know, there was a protest on 26th day, and it's been alleged. It's also, we have video clippings, we have pictures of people seen beating this young man, probably almost beat him to death, and he's now fighting for his life. And so far, what we've seen that none of these people who are in the pictures or who are in the video, we've heard nothing of any one of them being arrested. I personally was friends with one of these people here who is a friend to so many people. I made a personal choice to immediately block him, get him off my page. But it's important that we hold our government accountable. The government should be able to ensure that their citizens are safe no matter what. And for us, it's not a political thing. It's almost like with all of the deaths and the different occurrences in Liberia, it seems like there's no grip to what's going on. It is wrong what happened. Yes, there's freedom of speech. The people you have a right to protest peacefully. Of course, if there's another group who's going to be an antagonist to this group who's protesting, they also have a right to also protest peacefully. When they cross boundaries and start hitting and cutting people up and butchering people, I think it is also important. What is even more sad is that there was a picture of a police officer who watched it, and he was on the phone and he was laughing at it. And so I think it is important that we all become a part, because let me tell you, on the end of the flyer I put here, power is inherent in the people. We can't see that now, but it's at the bottom of it, and we have to say something. Something needs to be done, because it seems like this is not stopping; it's ongoing. So we really want the government. I mean, we can't have these people. You have video evidences of them beating the boy up, beating other people up. They're on pictures. So what else is needed to investigate? Why not grab them? Why not question them? Why not take them off the streets? If you allow them to continue to parade the streets and be on Facebook and do whatever they're doing, it's almost like you're saying this is okay for them to do, but this is wrong. And we really want the government. I mean, at some point in time, the government has to act. That's my shebang about it. Agata?
It's it's I'm gonna respond to something I heard Kef Hassan say on Spoon TV in regards to this. He said when Ellen was president, a similar situation happened where CDC's members were beaten in the street for protesting, a wild protesting. There were even some of them that were jailed for different reasons. And I want to respond to Kef.
Please do.
Not because something was done previously means that it needs to be reciprocated. When CDC came, they came as a government, a party of peace, a party for the common Liberians, the nobody, the strugglers like we are that came from wherever he came from, Newtown, Gibraltar, or wherever. That was the message that was given to the people. Let's not forget that the people elected these government officials to protect them, to serve and protect. I know we've gone away from that a lot, and the people are watching, they're listening, they're paying attention. So, not because something was done to you or done, by a previous leadership means that it's okay for you to do the same thing. We as humans, we need to learn. And once we learn, we know better, we should do better, especially since that was done to you and you know how bad that was. Why would you turn around and do the same?
Yes.
Chef Hassan, I always tell you to get your head out of you know who ass. So I'm pleading to you to just stand up for something that's right.
True.
If CDC is a party of peace, then let's promote peace. And when you see something being done that is wrong and away from being peaceful, speak up. Do not always agree with everything, regardless right or wrong, because it's CDC or it's we are led. So that's my take on it. But unfortunately, Liberia is Liberia. And until we have some real change, some real Liberians that truly having a servant's heart leading Liberia, we will continue to see such things. We just need to accept it, unfortunately. Macy?
Well, in my case, I agree with you. I agree with both of you. Going back home and being back home, I tell people all the time I'm not political. I'm an entrepreneur. My job is to make change for Liberia. What we need in Liberia is to set example.
Exactly.
And one of the things, because we're such a small country, if I do something wrong and you punish me, they will say, "Oh, that my parents are a friend." Or so they will know to do right because they thought
Exactly.
if you punished me, whether I'm your child, whether I'm your whoever, you know. And that's what we need, a leader that truly, truly loves Liberia. And the
Yes.
sad thing, the good and the bad thing about Liberia is that Liberia and Liberians is that we're very forgiving and we forget easily. We're quick to forget.
Yes.
So, which is a good thing, and it's a bad thing. So if we get a good leader that can really set example, if you my child, or you my this, or you my that, wrong is wrong and right is right,
Yeah.
it will be the Liberian people will wake up quick, 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 quick,
Absolutely. Yeah.
quick. And the people that are leaving America and going to Liberia, don't go to Liberia and be trying to pay the people peanuts. Respect the people.
Yes.
Respect the people, but just want respect. Say thank you. The people are serving you.
Yeah.
Thank you. How you doing today, ma? You know, respect the people, and you will get that. And we definitely need a great leader, and we need to lead by example. We lead by example. I just think Liberia would Liberia would just go so far
Yes.
because of Liberia and the way
Yeah.
Liberia is and the way Liberian people are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you so much.
that's. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying thank you so much. That last piece about, Liberians, we really all just want the best for Liberia. We want a country where we can be proud of. We
Yes.
want a country where we can go, and spend money and boost the economy. How
Yes.
can I do that if I
Right.
don't feel safe?
Yes.
Because Kefa, tell your friends say we want come home. We must make the place safe so I can come home. That my
I
own
tell
people
you,
English
I'm
for the
telling
day.
you,
And
make
then
it feel safe because
Allah,
Yes.
hello,
I want to
Yes.
spend money there.
True. 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 So please, We this has, I mean, it's just got to stop. It has got to stop. Also, there was this week there was a 6-year-old girl
Oh
raped
Lord.
Yes.
and found dead,
This is
and just so many other death news. And then yesterday also there was a post. I think a 10-year-old child was burned by his or her stepmother. I don't even understand when you can't even comprehend the wickedness that's coming from out of that place.
yeah.
This is a place that we all want to go back to. We all love and we all want the best for us. For we just only hope that our government can open their eyes and do more and work towards changing the dynamics in Liberia. Really doesn't look good out there. We've
Yeah.
come to the end of the show today. We're excited. We had a good show. We learned a lot. Number one is that we learned about Kobo makeup.
Yes. Yes. You better she better
Yeah,
clone
Papa said
that
I'm
child.
going to make up.
Yeah, you better clone it and take it and season, name brand it, and listen. I have proof that this makeup lasts 24 hours going into
Whole
Kobo.
makeup.
Yes. So we learned about Kobo makeup. We also learned that Agatha is gonna do away with black eyeliners.
Yes.
We learned that when you make up, you have to make sure you catch your chest and your neck.
Your chest and catch it. How you catching it?
The chin. You have,
You gotta catch. You can tell that she is not a makeup person. How do you catch her? Catch your
you
chest.
gotta catch your neck and right around here. You gotta reach there. Do makeup. Men do makeup, but men, if you want to make up by your own, stop going to your wife there because you probably don't have the same skin tone. Men, please get your own stuff. Okay.
But,
What else to
but
learn, Agatha? What else to learn?
but most importantly, I
Okay.
want you all to visit the website
Yes. Yes.
cosmetic.bluffajoe.com.
Yes.
Right
Please
on
go there and follow her. Follow Maisie
there.
Dunbar, Bluffer Joe Cosmetics on all the different platforms. This woman is and I will tell you, this woman is everywhere. But I'm telling you, she responds immediately to any inquiries, any questions. She can't add a celebrity. Oh. She can answer you when you reach out. When you ask someone like celebrity, then we not send a message. It's still every time I go and check some celebrities that I reach out to, my message not even read yet. Oh.
Oh wow.
Within 2 minutes of me reaching out to Maisie Dunbar, she responded. And not only did she respond, this woman also called me around 11 p.m. That tells you she is authentic. She is real. She's not about this big show. She is like, listen, she was even more gracious and more thankful. I had to tell her, Ma, okay. She said, no, let me tell you, thank you. I'm like, no, Ma, so that you're the big woman. She said, no.
Come on, cousin ma.
Yes. But please, she's available to if you want services, reach out to her. Of course, she's giving some advice. We're gonna be doing a special project working with our very famous finance minister and see what we can do to help him according to
Absolutely.
whatever she signals. Hey, we work together. We're a team. We're gonna work on that.
I'm gonna
We
make
want
it
it happen
happen.
for him. So Macy, any closing comments?
Well, the first I want to say you guys are amazing
Thank you.
because it's very hard to find Liberians that are willing to help. It's very hard. For example, I was asked to do an ad in Liberian Women magazine, which is, I guess, an extension of, I'm going to put it out there, shit. It's an extension of Essence. And I sent almost $2,000 worth of products to them to put in their gift bags. The reason why I'm saying this is because till today, not one person have called to say we received it.
Oh
Thank you.
wow.
Kiss my butt. No, thank you. And it's disrespectful.
Yes.
Even the last time when she called me, I said, Ma, no more, I missed your call. I'm so sorry because it's disrespectful. It's not only disrespectful for the person's money, it's disrespectful just
Time.
as a business.
Yes.
So until we can start treating like each other equal, how can we fix our Liberia?
Exactly.
So I'm saying that to you all that I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful that you invited me here. I'm very grateful. I had such a good time with you
We
guys.
did too.
You
We
did
did
too.
too.
And it's a blessing that you guys have this platform to invite businesses, Liberian businesses,
Yep.
to come on and be able to have a voice.
Yep. Yep.
So I want to say thank you for that. Though that was my first last word. My second last word is I have two things I wanted to share. I don't know if you knew this, but I am an author as well. I
Woo!
I
Oh,
wrote a book
okay.
called Faith, Fun, and Finance.
Woo!
The faith part of this book talked about my faith in God, and it actually started with when I hired a friend of mine as a contractor, and he stole my money, and I
Oh,
had to start everything all over again. So it talks
Oh
about
wow.
trusting God and how I went through that. The fun kind of showcase a lot of my backstage celebrity work, and then the finance, of course, you have to talk about finances. So a lot of it is it's like a motivational type book. It has
Cool.
pictures in it and all of that. So that's that.
Where
And
can we
then
find that really quick before you
it's
share
on
the other one?
It's also on the website as
It's on
well.
the website. Perfect.
Yes, and this is something that I'm about to launch for about 10 years. I will always talk in the salon about, all our grandmothers always had something to say. So it's a deck of cards. So the deck of cards, my mother name was May. So it said, My May Words to Live by Maisie Dunbar,
I
what
love
mama
that.
used to say. So then it also at the bottom, it says Faith, Fun, and Finance. So it's about 34 cards in here. Some of it has our Liberian. I told you our Liberian, but I can't help myself.
Yes. Yes.
Some of it have some of our Liberian sayings. A lot of it has my mom's sayings in it. Some of the things that she used to say to us. So that's what these decker cards are. So yeah. So that's
Awesome.
what I wanted to drop those two with you.
Thank you for saying that. For those of you who follow me on Facebook, know that I always try to find some sort of a message to share every day. And I get it from all over. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get me those deck of cards because we're going to listen to what Mom May has to say. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I love those types of things,
Yes.
and I can't
Yeah.
wait to actually get my
Well,
hands.
that's that. We can even take it up a notch further. When Agatha buys it, because Agatha is a big woman. When she buys the cars for whatever, we're gonna make sure that every Thursday, if it's 30 cars for the next, whenever she gets it, every Thursday, we're
We're gonna
gonna
read.
we're gonna memorialize my Mary here. We're gonna read something
Yes,
about her
yes,
directly. I have already gone and shared your book on the platform. We're
Yeah.
gonna use that. We're gonna have a Maisie Dunbar Mom Mary moment.
there you go.
Well, I want
Agatha is gonna make
to
sure for the next
for both
30
of
days.
you.
For the
Yes.
next 30 days, Agatha is gonna once she gets
I'm
the book,
gonna no,
do
I'm
it.
gonna order it tonight. If it
That.
comes before next Thursday, we'll start next Thursday.
So we're gonna have a Maisie Dunbar moment, and what you're gonna do too is we're giving that to you 1 minute every show. Send us something that you want us to talk about, and we will definitely do what we can to promote you. You're an awesome woman. We love you.
What I also want to do for both of you, I want to give each of you a deck of cards. So
Good.
give me your address. I'll mail. You don't have to pay for the cards.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
I'll send you the cards so that way you guys can have it as
And
well.
please make sure send us a picture of Mom Mary. We want to do a flyer of her for
Mom
that
May.
segment. Mom,
Mary.
Yeah.
Mom Mary, Anapo Mary.
You
Yeah,
know,
oh, you
put
said
in
Mary,
my
Mom.
Mary again. Yeah, I will.
Yes, yeah, forget for me. I can be my own word.
I
So send
know.
a picture of Mom Mary. We'll do Mom Mary segment where we will start with her quotes and then we will continue. Cause Agatha always shares something every Thursday. We'll share something and
Yes.
talk about it. They're motivational. They're inspirational. Sometimes she can share some good ones. Some days she shares some badass ones, and you catch it whenever you get it. So anyway, next week, our guest next week is we're gonna have a group of people. They're calling themselves, it's the Association of Bomb Miners.
Okay.
These people, they're planning to light up the hospital in bomb mines.
That's
Amen.
wow. That's up.
Yes, so there are three of them. They're gonna be here. It's gonna be an awesome time. Look, like I got to always say, we always highlight the bad things, but this show we want to say there are good things that Liberians are doing, and this is why we're here, and we want to do it for the longest of time so that other people see that there are good things in Liberia. So, folks, we want to thank you for sticking by. I got any closing words?
Thank you all for joining us. We still have to do that cocktail.
Yes.
So I have a disclosure, and I'm going to blame Auntie here because Auntie had the prophetess on the show and wanted me to serve alcohol. So I had to take a PTO that day. So next week, we're going to make that mango martini live so that we can have the ingredients so we can have that. I'm sure the people from Beaumont drinks too. So that's good.
I'm pretty sure Beaumont people can drink. They can drink and swim.
Maisie, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate
so please send me
you.
your address. I'll put it in the mail to you guys tomorrow. Just direct message.
Will do.
And folks, thank you, Maisie. Thank you so much, Maisie, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your take our advice. Make sure everything matching and coordinating. Okay, stop the bleaching. Until next time, folks. We'll see ya.
Calling all